Says we are recording,
Okay.
and here we go. So, welcome to Career Prep. And it's an interesting class. A lot of people aren't really sure why they need this class, what it's for, but it's amazing because getting out there, starting your career is very different now than the way it was. Used to be you would walk into a place you wanted to work, you'd ask for a resume, they would give it to you, you would fill it out and hand it back to them. They'd call you in, you'd get an interview, etc. It doesn't work that way now. A lot of people go online, they fill out resumes, and then they never hear back. What a lot of people don't realize is if you don't go back and touch that application every week, they will never contact you. That
Right.
application is only good for a week, that every Sunday, those are no longer valid. So every week you have to go back and you have to reapply. And by doing that, we just mean you have to go back and touch each one of those applications that you fill out. Things like this. If you don't have the right words on your resume, you will never get selected. No matter what your skills are, they will just never pick you. You don't
Hmm.
even have a chance. So these are things that we will go over. You're also going to find out more about your skills, how to talk about them, how to present yourself in an interview. You're going to find out a lot more about you, how to build your confidence so that when you walk in, they know that you know what you can do. And that is key. Your body language, how you represent yourself, how you represent your brand. Just like you hear Levi's, you hear Ferrari, you hear Gucci, those are brands. You are your own brand. When people hear your name, they will know what you stand for. There are people right now that are in your class that when you hear that person's name, you know they do quality work or they don't do work. They don't do their assignments. They can't keep up. Their welds are sloppy. They can't wire things. They can't do their dosing, things like this, just by hearing their name. That is your brand. And those are key. We're going to show you how to develop that. But you are going to learn a lot about yourself and how you apply here is going to make a big difference when you go to apply for that job. So much that when you are getting these positions, you are going to find out that even though you and the person next to you get the same job, there could be as much as $5 to $7 an hour difference just by the way you performed in the interview. And you can't complain about that. That is the negotiation. That is the way life is. It's not like this position only pays this much. How well you perform, how well you learn to negotiate, how well you learn to have your resume, your job interviewing skills determines your success. You are the determining factor of that success. You can't blame anybody else. Well, I didn't get this because of that. Wrong. You are the one in control. When you go into the interview, you're going to learn I'm deciding if I will allow myself to work for you. You are going to learn you are the one in control. You're not begging for a job. You're determining if you are willing to work for them. You're turning the tables. So you're going to learn that in this class. So this class works more like a ground class. So some people are like, I've got an online class. I'm going to pick up extra shifts. I'm going to do this. You're still obligated to complete assignments. And these assignments are quite a bit. So this class does work like a ground class, and we're going to cover that. And I've got a little presentation to show you how that works and how attendance works, and it's required daily. Monday through Thursday, you are required to be in the live session or watch the recorded session, and there's assignments that are given in each one of these sessions that must be done by 6 p.m. If you're in the live session and you don't do the assignment by 6 p.m., you do not get attendance for that day. If you watch the recording and don't do the assignment by 6 p.m., you do not get attendance for that day. At 6 p.m., that assignment turns off. Trying to get it in at 6:05, it doesn't work. The assignment cuts off. Sending me an email saying, I tried to do it, but it locked me out. Yes, you missed it. It's like trying to walk into a classroom after the class is over. It doesn't work. Okay, so the class does require Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, either be in the live class at 10 a.m., watch the class, do the assignment by 6 p.m., or wait till the class is entirely over. The recording does go up to YouTube. This does take time. And once it is posted, then you watch the recording and then you can do the assignment from there. YouTube does take time for it to post. That's time that is taken out of your ability to do the assignment. If you don't want to have a much shorter time to do the assignment, watch the live class. If the assignment doesn't get, or the recording doesn't get posted to 1, 2 o'clock, so be it. Come to the live class, okay? That's the way technology works. I try to get it up there as soon as possible. Some days it's rather quick, but YouTube is YouTube. They process things at their speed, all right? Any questions so far? And you can unmute your mics and talk at any time, ask questions. Some screens, depending on how you logged in, you have a chat box. You can type in the chat box as well. We have a small class. Um, there are 4 other instructors that teach this class, and they split the students up accordingly. This particular class is small this month, so there's going to be a change in the discussion assignments, and I'm going to go over that with you here in just a few minutes. All right, so here we go. We're going to do some screen sharing so you can see what I'm talking about. This is your home page in the class. Work from this page. Do not rely on the to-do list on the right-hand side. The reason being is it doesn't give you enough time to do the assignments. Come in here, um, go to week 1. I have everything laid out here for you. You'll see that everything opens on Monday of the week as we scroll through. The only exceptions are the daily assignments from the live conferences, but everything else opens on Monday. Okay, that means you can work ahead through the week. The only thing I tell you, read the instructions completely. There are some assignments where I tell you I only need the name of the person for the assignment today. Okay, these are ones where you're going to be doing an interview with somebody. You're going to actually interview somebody. Don't give me the whole interview this week. That's going to be another week. Just give me the name. Okay, save yourself some effort because if you give me the whole interview this week, you're going to have to turn around and give it to me next week. All right. So please, if when you're working ahead, read the instructions carefully. Every career here is going to require you to be very specific. If you're welding, your welds have to be accurate, they have to be clean, they have to be precise. You cannot be off a fraction of an inch when you're building a 40-story building because by the time you get to the top, it will be horrible. If you're off in electrical work, you could actually burn down people's houses, etc., overload things, ruin expensive equipment, etc. If you're vet assisting and they ask you to go fill a syringe and you're overdosing, the results could be catastrophic. Okay. I've worked in all these fields because I'm 12 days older than dirt, not 13. Don't try to make me older than I am. So I know from experience what it's like to be in these fields. Okay. So I have a bit of real life experience here. So you have to learn to read specs and follow them, not partially read and guess. All right. So that's going to be something that's critical. I need you to pay attention to what you're reading and be able to follow those, because that's the way a lot of your jobs are going to be in your career, is they are going to give you specs, hand them to you, and expect you to work on your own. It's not going to be, let me show you how to do your job. Because if I'm showing you how to do your job, I'm going to do your job and I'm going to take your money, or I'm going to hire somebody who will do your job and take your money. Okay. The other thing is stay up to date in the class. Okay. You will be working with projects in your careers. Now, I've been project manager in all these fields. And if I come up and I give you a project, partially through that project, I'm going to check and see where you are. Now, if you haven't reached certain benchmarks, I'm going to pull you off that project. Now, what I'm going to do to you, I'm going to take and I'm going to give you 4 hours at the beginning of your 2 week pay period, and I'm going to give you 4 hours at the end of your 2 week pay period. Knowing you can't survive on 8 hours, you're going to have to quit. The reason why I'm not firing you is because if you quit, I don't have to give you unemployment. It doesn't hurt me. Businesses will do this. Businesses are not your friend. Businesses are in it to make money, and you'll hear that. That business is just in it to make money. Here's a quick reality check. Yes, that's what a business does. A business is out there to make money. Otherwise, they'd be called friendships. Okay? If they're not in it to make money, they're called out of business. So you have to be a business as well. You have to protect yourself. So you need to learn how to manage time. And part of that you're going to learn in this class as well is you have things that need to be completed every day. Or we're going to give you a flow, but if you don't do it one day, you can do it the next, but don't let things build up. Now, I know you will have hectic schedules with work, family life, etc. So you're going to have to develop a flow that works for you. The thing is, try not to let things build up because it's harder to catch up. Okay? So try to keep that in mind when you see these things. Now, the list of assignments can look overwhelming, but note that some of these things you may have to only do a 1 or 2 word response and you're done with it. So don't look at the number of things. Go through and figure out what you need to do and plan your time according. Everybody got that? Now, look for emojis or things so that when I ask you if you got things or whatever, you can respond. You can either unmute your mic, say yes, you can type in the chat box, or look and see if you have emojis for thumbs up, etc., so that I know that you hear what I'm saying. So I'll wait while you look for those. I'm watching.
Yes.
Okay, got a yes there.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Robert Madison, you looking for your
Yes.
emojis? Okay, perfect. How about you, Robert? You out there still? Like calling Bueller, Bueller. Robert's trying to find himself. He didn't get enough coffee today. So we'll keep moving. So this is week
What's
one's
that?
assignment. There we go.
There was
All right. So here's week one's assignment. So today, please make sure you go in, do this honor pledge. Um,
Okay.
that's required for attendance today. The other thing is that it is what's needed to um, open up all the assignments. So if you don't see all your assignments or it won't let you, you do have to complete that one question honor pledge there. And basically, it's a lot of wording. And if you agree to it, what it says is you're doing the work yourself. If you don't agree, then I have to have a conversation to find out who is doing the work for you. Okay. So I wish they would reword it to make it more simple sounding, but you click on that and it says, I affirm I have not received any unauthorized help. Okay. I wish they would just say, I agree, nobody's taking this for me. Okay. Here's your book right here. Please get your physical book. Sometimes it's easier to check that out. Your campus has those. Um, if you click on this, these are the chapters we're going to go through the first week. I don't read the book to you. You can click on these and see it online. It's not the best copy online because it is a copy. It's not the interactive book. If you want to see the whole book, click here on, and you'll see all the chapters broken down. So you can find them here. I do not go over everything in the book. I'll tell you that. It's just way too much material. To do your assignment that will be presented in the class, what you do is you click on the conference, and there's a green button up here in the right corner. You'll click that. Then there's an item here that says text entry. And then you click in the big box, you type your response, and then submit assignment. You will not see the other students' assignments, only yours when you submit it. Okay, that will go to me and that will get you your attendance for today. Okay, and you will have one of those every day. So that's what these purple assignments are. So once a week, you'll have a discussion question. And when those happen, it'll tell you here is the question right here. Now, pay attention here because it says your initial posting should be 150 words and you should apply to at least 2 other students. This 2 other students will not apply to you in this class. We have a very small class this month. You only have to do your initial posting. So please don't think you have to reply to another student in this month, okay? I want to make that very clear. I'm not going to go through and change all the discussion assignments for a month, but you do not have to respond to another student. You will see their responses when they post, but you can respond to them if you want to, but you will not have to for the grade. Okay? Now it says your posting should be at least 150 words. Here's my reply to that. I want you to give me a quality response. If you give me a quality response, I'm not going to count the words. Okay? We all know how these word counts work. And instead of saying it was very good, you type it was very, 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 very good. Okay? Trying to get those word counts up. I want a quality response more than a word count. You give me a quality answer in 60 words, I'm happy with that. Okay? I don't care if it's 150 words. I want you to give me your real answer. Okay? You don't have to go and cut and paste responses that are to impress me. I want you to answer this in real life the way you think. Your response, your real impression is more important to me than trying to impress me with a bunch of stuff you can just research. Does everybody understand that? Your opinions and answers are more important than research. Everybody got that? Yes, yes?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Anybody can do research. That's not important to me. I want to know what you think. That's what's important. It's learning. Research isn't learning. It's memorization. That's not what this is all about. Okay. Now, to give you an overview of what's coming up, in case you want to do it, on Tuesday, we're going to take a personality test. We all love ourselves. We're going to find out a little bit more and why employers are giving personality tests as part of the hiring practice. We're going to talk about a career plan. Okay. This career plan is going to be multiple steps as we go through the course. It sounds spooky, but it's going to be easy if we just follow me along. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Then as we go further in, we're going to talk about doing an interview. Okay, now this is different. You're going to interview somebody in your field. Okay, you're going to talk to them, you're going to ask them questions. This is a technique we use to find out about people in our fields and gain experience from them. It's pretty cool. You'll find out things that you may not have known. So we'll talk about that. Then here, if you want to look ahead, this one, the resume session, come down here, find your campus, and set up an appointment with Career Services. And if you don't have a resume, they will help you write one. If you do have a resume, take it in and they will help you improve it. But set up an appointment for next week sometime to go over your your resume with them. Okay, so you can look ahead. The reason why I'm telling you that is because all those other classes, they're going to be setting up resume sessions as well. And the earlier you set that up, the more options you have for time slots. So try to get that set up early so that you have the most appointment times available to you. And that session is done at the campus. So if for any reason you can't get to the campus, let them know. Arranging that is done all through them. Okay. If you can't make it to the campus for any reason, talk to them. See what options they have available. Okay. Then we're going to finish the week up with some resume keywords. And then there is bonus points. Okay. That bonus points, if you do that assignment, those will be 5 points added directly to the midterm. After it is graded, it's 5 points added on top. Okay. So that's what we're going to do this week. It sounds like a lot, but we're going to do it day by day. All right. Everybody good so far? Everybody got coffee, I hope. Gotta have your
Yes.
coffee.
Got
All
coffee.
right. Okay. So now, one last thing here. Slideshow. Okay. Now, most of my classes, the live sessions run about, I would say, 35, 40 minutes. So I try not to keep you too long because I know too long is exactly that, too long. Okay, draw my little smiley face. Make sure my pen's working. So why this class? Like I told you earlier, we want to prepare you the best way possible for a long career. The steps you're going to learn in this class, we all do them throughout our career. So it's not just for this class. You're going to implement these steps and use them throughout your career. You're going to learn about yourself and gain professional confidence. You're going to improve your interview skills. You're going to have a mock interview. So you're going to act like it's a real interview. You're going to dress the part. You're going to have your resume. They're going to ask you questions because they're going to tell you how well you do in an actual interview. And you're going to learn what you can improve upon and what you do exceptionally well. It's not just the bad, it's the good as well. Now, informational interviews, you're going to do 2 of these. One is going to be somebody in your career field. so you can get some background information, what the real life day to day in that field is. Now, some of you may even be interning or externing or even in the field. That makes it that much better. Keep in mind when you're doing the interview with the person in your field, it can be an instructor, it can be somebody you work with, it can be another person that has just gone into it, or you can go into a business and ask if you can interview somebody. So there's all kinds of different ways to do that one. The other one you're going to do is anybody in any field in a management position. This lets you see the other side, what it's like to be in that type of position, because some of you may rise up and go into leadership positions. Resume review, we've already talked about that. You're going to set that up with career services. They're going to go over your resume and see where it can be improved if it needs improved. Your resume may be perfect already, but these are what we call living documents. They're constantly changing and they might give you some pointers, or if you don't have one, they're going to help you create one. Okay, this daily attendance isn't 6 p.m., it is 10 a.m. for this class. Monday through Thursday, live or recorded, and the participation assignment complete by 6 p.m. Please don't forget to do that. The attendance assignment is also points, okay? Don't give up those points every day. It adds up, and those points can't be made back up, all right? Showing up this class as one of our career services said, it's like your first job in your career field, and attendance on the job is key. I'm going to communicate a lot. I'm going to send emails and I'm going to text you and I'm going to send announcements. You are responsible for the information if you read it or not. Okay. Think about my texting. If you send a text to me, they're 100% audited. Okay. I run a program called Call Multiplier. Every text that you send me is logged, the date, the time, every response I send, so that if anything comes up and says, Mr. Haley never responds, boom, there is a complete audit of every text, every email that comes in and goes out so that nothing can be missed. All right. So if you send something to me, I will respond. I usually respond all the way up to 11 o'clock at night. I also respond on weekends. So please, if you need something, email, text me, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Now, that text number that I have does not allow for photos. Okay. So if you need to send a picture on something that's not working, send that in an email, not text. All assignments open on Monday and they have due dates throughout the week. Now, that due date is to keep you working. So if it says it's due on Tuesday and you don't complete it on Tuesday, you have till Sunday when it closes and locks. And at that point, you cannot get back into the assignment. Now, I have some people go, oh, so I get until Sunday to work on it. And they wait until the weekend to do everything. Fine, you can do that. Sunday comes around and their internet goes down, right? You cannot get into your assignments. Now, when these due dates come around, if it's due on Tuesday, on Wednesday, don't be surprised if I drop a 0 in on your grades. Okay, that's to let you know what your current score is. That 0 will change to a grade when you complete the assignment. This helps me keep my grade book up to date and it lets you know currently, yeah, that's what your score is until you do your work. No hard feelings, but that's what you're doing. We talk about work ethics, okay? Your work ethic is your lowest work ethic. Okay. People with a good work ethic, they don't let it slide. So you can't have a good work ethic and then don't do work. So if you have a good work ethic, you'll do your work. Okay. Because your work ethic is your lowest level of quality. Remember that. Extensions are not guaranteed. Okay. Always remember that. Every class at Southern Tech, extensions are never a guarantee. There could be reasons why they cannot be given. Okay. So don't count on extensions being guaranteed. The other thing about extensions, assignments done on extensions do not count towards attendance. Assignments on extensions can never go beyond 7 days of the original date. So if you miss an assignment in week 1 and you have an extension, it can go through week 2, but after that, week 3 and week 4, assignments from week 1 cannot uh, be completed. Okay. Once you hit week 2, you cannot work on those assignments in week 4. So you cannot do the first 2 assignments or 2 weeks worth of assignments in the last week. You cannot do a last week, I'm going to complete everything. Doesn't work that way. This is how it adds up. Remember when I told you, do not skip the daily assignment? It goes under participation. 25% of your grade will count for that. This can be found in the syllabus where everything breaks down. Everything says 100 points, but you can see how it impacts your grade. Use correct grammar. We are not texting in our assignments. Use punctuation, capitalize, lowercase. Use the spell checkers. Everything has a spell checker. Use those. You can do this. I've got an alligator crawling through my backyard right now, and it's affecting one of my birds. I do apologize.
How big is this? Right?
This one's a baby. He's probably about 3.5 foot. I do wildlife rescue, so I can handle, meaning pick up, carry alligators up to about 5.5 foot. Once they get 6 foot, then they become a bit of a hassle. So I work with native wildlife, a little side thing here. So we do alligators, bobcats, panthers, Florida black bears, all the birds of prey and that. I work for a wildlife rehab. If you know the Gator Boys, we do the dentures on, or the dental exams on their alligators. If you've seen Dr. K's animal emergency clinic, I'm on there occasionally with animal emergencies, things like that. So I deal a lot with animals. Been doing wildlife for about 25 years now. And
Wow.
so my one bird in here, he doesn't, as long as the alligators aren't walking, he doesn't mind, but he freaks out when they're walking. Sorry about that. But we're so used to calling ourselves students. I want us to change that. Start thinking of yourself as professionals. So if you have on your resume right now, it says student, please change that. Say new professional or recent professional in blah, blah, blah. But get rid of student. You are a professional now. I want you to think of that. And when you start doing it, you'll notice a change in your attitude immediately. You are the electrician. You are the welder. You are that vet assistant. Okay, you are that medical assistant. You'll notice that's different than I'm a student at. Say, I am this, okay? And all the way through, I want you to be awesome. Think about it. This is your career. This is what you want. Okay, you can't do these things just for money. There has to be a passion in it. Welders have passion for that metal and combining. Electricians have to be fascinated with the inventions of Tesla and things like that because electricity kills. There's a reason why we call that box, that everything connects in, and that center line, the Widowmaker. You have to have a fascination. You can't go into vet assisting if you don't care about those animals. So care about your career and where you want it to go and think about where you want to be because that's what's going to drive your career plan. Where do I want to be? And don't say, well, I don't plan ahead. Even those who don't plan ahead, that's a plan. Okay? And we're going to do this. Okay, so is everybody ready for your first assignment? This is the one to do by 6 o'clock. So here we go. What do you hope to gain from this course? Okay, so you have to respond to this under that Monday assignment by 6 p.m. Okay, so look for that assignment that has the Teams logo under the Monday assignments. Go in there, click on that green start, look for text, click on there, and respond to the question, what do you hope to gain in this class? Okay, everybody got that? All right. And that is it for today. If you have any questions, please reach out, text me, email me, and respond to that by 6 p.m. Just go in there, respond to that, and that will get you your attendance for today. Okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
And we will see everybody at 10 a.m. tomorrow. All right?
Thanks.
All right. Y'all have a great one. Thank you.
All right, you too.